I don't see why we have to behave like children here.
Nor do I. We have a responsibility. This is a remarkable thing we have, this democracy. It is remarkable that we are all, what is that word, notified. That we are all notified by mail to come down here and judge the guilt or innocence of a man that we have not known before. We have nothing to gain or lose by a verdict. This is why we are strong. This is why we should not make it a personal matter.
Thank you very much.
Why do you think?
We forget. It's good to be reminded.
I'm glad we're going to be civilized about this.
Yeah, well, we're still nowhere.
No, we're somewhere. Getting there, maybe.
Maybe.
Who's got an idea?
Well, I think maybe we should have another vote. Miss Forney?
It's all right with me. Anybody doesn't want to vote?
Let's vote.
Yes, vote.
So all right, let's do it.
All right. I'll call off your jury numbers. I vote guilty. 2. Not guilty. 3.
Guilty.
4.
Guilty.
5.
Not guilty.
6. Not guilty. 7.
Guilty.
8.
Not guilty.
9.
Not guilty.
10.
Guilty.
11.
Not guilty.
12.
Guilty.
That's 6 to 6.
I'll tell you what, the crime will be committed right here in this room.
The vote is 6 to 6.
At first, I was alone, and now there are 5 others. There is reasonable doubt.
I'd like to know why you changed your vote, and why you changed your vote, and why you changed yours. There are 6 men here who think returning a murder loose to the streets. Emotion will not do. So why?
Well, it would seem that the old man did not see the boy run downstairs. I do not find it likely that the old man heard the boy scream, "I'm going to kill you." And if the old man did hear the boy scream that he was going to kill, then, well, we have the authority of this man to prove that it might not really mean he's going to kill.
Look, why don't we just take them to the judge and let the kid take his chances with 12 other guys?
6 to 6. I don't think we'll ever agree on anything.
We can't even agree on whether or not the window should be open.
So maybe we are hung jury. You know, sometimes it really does happen.
We're not going to be a hung jury.
We'll make it a majority vote. If 7 or more of us vote yes, that we are hung jury, then we take it to the judge right now and claim that we are hung jury.
Right. And if 7 or more vote no, then we aren't a hung jury, and we go on discussing this.
Do you want us to vote if we are hung jury or if we're not a hung jury?
Yes, that's just what I was thinking.
It doesn't seem quite right to me. It's the only solution.
I agree. It's the only way.
Okay, are we agreed then? 7 or more votes yes, and we take it into the judge?
Well, anything to end this.
All right. I vote yes, we are a hung jury. 2.
No.
3.
Yes.
4.
Yes.
5.
No.
6. No. 7.
Yeah.
8.
No.
9.
No.
10.
Yes.
11.
No.
12. Yes.
Oh no.
The vote is 6 to 6. Can't even get a majority to decide whether or not we are a hung jury.
I went along with the majority vote on this question, and I didn't agree on voting that way. And I still don't. So I changed my vote. I say no. We are not a hung jury. There are some things I want to find out from the people who changed their minds.
So, we aren't a hung jury, so we go on.
Good. We go on.
Why did you change your mind?
He seems so sure. And while he's made a number of good choices,
He hasn't made enough of choices.
made a number of good choices, and he only gets mad and insults everyone.
Does the anger of the insults change the guilt of the boy? He did do it. Are you going to turn a murderer loose into the streets because one of the jurors gets angry?
That's true.
There is a down.
I don't think so. The track is straight in front of the window. Let's take that one. The train would have made a low rumbling noise. Other trains screech when they go around curves. And it's a tenement, so they have thin walls.
Now you listen to this man. He's got the goods.
And what if the old man was wrong about who we saw running down the stairs? I'm sorry. I mean, what if he was wrong by the time we got into the door, but he was right about whom we saw run down the stairs? Please remember that it is summer, and there were no fingerprints, so gloves seem unlikely.
Now you listen to this man. He knows what he's talking about.
It may have taken the murder about 2 or 3 seconds, I should believe, to wipe away the fingerprints.
Seems possible.
You bet it's possible.
Maybe we should time this one.
Yeah, let's time this. You see?
Just what are we timing?
Yes, let's be exact, please.
I'm saying that the old man may be wrong about how long it took him to get to the door, but he was right about who he saw running down the stairs.
How about we construct the scene in case it could help? Right. We reconstructed the old man getting up and getting out of bed and time that. Now let's reconstruct the actual crime.
As well as we can reconstruct it.
I think the killer could use up to 30 or 40 seconds pretty easily at this point.
Let's reconstruct the killing.
Yeah, let's.
Here.
No, I'll do it.
And why don't you be the one to fall? You're younger than I am. Don't forget, you take 1 second to fall.
And he was found on his side, his right side. So fall and roll to your right side. Don't you think it's quite reasonable that if a man killed someone, that he would take a second or two to stare at his victim?
Well, divorce yourself in this particular case. Just human nature.
Well, it seems reasonable.
Hey, now wait a minute. The father ends up on his right side, but shooting someone isn't like stabbing someone, even if it's in the heart. I mean, he would have worked on the he would have worked way on, would have worked around on the floor, maybe. You know?
That's quite possible. There would be enough oxygen in his system to carry him out 2 or 3 seconds, I should believe.
Wouldn't the father have cried out?
Maybe the boy held his mouth.
This also seems reasonable.
Also, there's another point we may bring out. Anyone who cleared enough mentally to wipe away the fingerprints, well, he's clear enough mentally to look around the room for clues.
This gets better and better.
One doesn't talk about quality when murder is involved.
Well, about this on the fingerprints. If the boy wiped the fingerprints off the knife, well, what about the doorknobs? I mean, if I saw a man coming into my home, a man that hated me, and if he was wiping off the doorknobs, it would give me an uneasy feeling. So the doorknobs must have been wiped after the killing, and this too would take some time.
You timed the last one. Why did you time this one too?
All right.
Stop your foot when you want me to start. Okay now, so I'm going to kill you.
Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's not stab you. Here. Remember, this is a knife.
He would have looked around for clues. He would have wiped both knobs. Stop.
All right. 29.5 seconds.
And whoever did murder the old man, he had to run down the hall and down the stairs. A few flights.
You see? You see?
So the story of the old man may well be true.
Except for the fact that he swore under oath that it was exactly 15 seconds.
But both times he was just check out. I mean, the one we did and the one that he just did. I mean, taking in consideration that the man ran down the stairs, I mean, it does pretty much check out.
Well, sure, he's an old man who wants attention, but he's just like the rest of us. A life is at stake.
We
Look.
seem to all agree that it was between 15 and 40 seconds later.
Look, I know in part that this does prove the story of the old man, but now he's a proven liar. And this is by your own admission.
This may well be true.
Wait a second. What's wrong with me? Let me see that knife.
Why do you want to see this?
Okay, stop real quick. We skipped the whole
Yeah.
big piece, sorry. Take it back. Y'all gotta remember your cues, guys. You're killing me with cues.
Whose line was it?
It was actually Michaela's who, she messed up. Yep,
What are we at? Are we at?
That maybe should.
you had to change your vote.
Okay.
You didn't finish the line.
Okay. This may be true that the old man tells the truth in one part and lies in another, but that's gonna change my vote once more. Guilty.
And what about you? What do you think now?
Well, I'm not just sure what I think. I want to talk some more because at first I thought guilty and then I changed my mind and now I'm sort of swinging back to guilty.
And what about you?
No, I am in real doubt.
I say guilty. I was right the first time.
Now we're beginning to make sense in here.
It seems to be about 9 guilty and 3 not guilty.
I have a question for y'all. How many of you have ever lived in apartments?
I don't know what you're thinking, but I know what I'm thinking.
What's that?
Mel, I don't live in a tenement, but it is close, and the light is so little that you can barely see the steps. The bulbs are so small. Remember how we almost tripped over these steps?
That's right. And the police officers, they were even using floodlights. One of them even had a flashlight. Remember that?
An old man who misjudged the time by at least 20 seconds on this we all agree. This same old man looked down the hallway of a dark tenement and recognized the running figure as the killer?
That's the most idiotic thing I've ever heard.
He was 100% wrong about the time.
So could not he have been 100% wrong about who he saw?
That's the most idiotic thing I've ever heard.
Do you truly believe there is no room for reasonable doubt?
Yeah, I do.
Excuse me, but maybe you do not understand the term reasonable doubt.
What do you mean I don't understand it? Who do you think you are to talk to me like that? How do you like this girl? She comes here running for her life, and before she can even take a breath, she's telling us how to run the show. The arrogance of her.
No one here is asking where anyone came from,
I was born right here.
or where your father came